Why play Braum Support? Well, he provides a huge amount of AoE lockdown. He is a beast at protecting a carry, he's a decent tanky frontline, and he's great at countering most engaged supports. However, he can get harassed hard by bully supports, and he can struggle to protect his carry when CC'd. Braum's passive applies a stack of concussive blows. Once applied, attacks from Braum or his allies apply an additional stack, and when reaching 4 stacks, the champion is stunned and takes damage. After this, Braum's attacks deal additional damage against that target. Braum's Q is a straight line skill shot which deals damage, slows, and applies a stack of his passive. Braum's W leaps him to an ally, placing himself between the ally and the nearest enemy. Braum then grants the ally a chunk of armor and magic resist for 3 seconds, and grants himself a small amount more armor and magic resist too. Braum can also use this on himself to not dash, and it just grants him the tanky stats. Braum's E raises a shield in a direction. The shield will intercept missiles, making them hit Braum, and then afterwards are destroyed. The first missile that hits him deals no damage, and any follow-up ones deal reduced damage. Also, while the shield is active, Braum gets a small movement speed buff. Braum's ultimate is a huge skill shot which hits all enemies around him and then in a large path in front of him. The first target hit is knocked up, with it knocking up longer the further away from Braum they are, and then any other enemies hit receive a very small knock up too. In addition, all enemies hit take damage, and the ultimate leaves an area on the floor which will slow enemies. For combos, Braum will jump to an ally if needed using Q to slow before stacking his passive using the shield if needed. If you can start with auto attack Q into auto attack, you can get the passive stun off incredibly fast. Braum is a great pick into engaged supports, easily being able to keep them off his carry. However, he can struggle against some of the more aggressive supports in lane. For Masteries, take this, it helps keeping your carry alive and fighting. For build order, start Relic Shield and Pots into tier 2 boots and Locket. Follow this up with Knight's Vow and Zeke's Herald before finishing a build with any of these. For skill order, start Q, then E, then W, before maxing Q, then E, then W, taking ult whenever you can. For summoner spells, take Flash and Ignite. Exhaust is great too. Starting the game, your job first and foremost is to protect your carry. However, this won't take up all your time, so fight for brush control and constantly harass with your Qs. Once you have a few points into Q, it actually does very good damage. Where you don't pick Braum to be a huge laner, there are some very fun tricks you can do with him. For example, when the enemy carry goes to farm a cannon minion, use your shield in front of it to deny it. It can be incredibly frustrating to play against. Also, if you're ever able to auto attack into Q auto attack, you will usually be able to get the stun. If you're able to get the stun off in lane with any follow-up CC from your carry, you will usually be able to deal most of your opponent's health bar and damage. When you hit level 6, landing your ultimate into auto attack Q auto attack into the stun is a massive amount of CC and can easily get your team kills. If your jungler ever comes bot, do not be afraid to flash ultimate. With the sheer size of it, it will often still catch enemies as they flash away. Entering the mid game, stay with your carry and make their life farming and taking objectives easy. In addition, you're a brilliant support alongside any pick champions, with the follow-up CC you bring being a serious threat. Entering late game teamfights, Braum can play them in multiple different ways. Firstly, you can be your team's engage. Your ultimate has great potential to get someone caught out, and lays down a huge area which your enemy will hate to fight on. This said, however, it can be dodged, so Braum works even better as follow-up engage. Once the fight has started and both teams have committed, hitting your ultimate onto multiple targets, making them force in this hugely slowed area is amazing. After this, however, your job becomes solely to protect your most fed carry. Stand between them and the enemy and let them win the fight for you.